What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we have breaking news coming out on the stimulus reconciliation bill as we have had the initial CBO scores come out for this stimulus bill. And this is your stimulus and infrastructure bill update. Now, this is huge. Take a look, you guys. Articles coming out like this. CBO releases initial estimates for the $1.75 trillion Biden social spending bill. And this is going to be a huge determining factor in the fate of the stimulus reconciliation bill. And here's why. This could either be really good or really bad. Really bad because if it turns out that these CBO scores indicate that this bill is going to be adding to the nation's debt and inflation and causing more economic strife. After today, we just heard that we are at a 30-year all-time high in inflation. Well, it's very likely that centrist and moderate Democrats are not going to want to push this through. And progressives, we've heard, have literally no leverage in negotiations now as infrastructure. That bill has passed through, and they're saying they're pretty much just simply relying on Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema, and moderate Democrats in the House to keep their word and push this through like they said they would. But there's no negotiating pieces for them at this time. Now, here's the other side. The CBO score could be really good because if it turns out that it indicates that this bill will not add to debt or inflation and it'll actually help out the economy like President Joe Biden has said, well, this would encourage this to get to the finish line as it's showing it's going to help. And there's a possibility that progressives might be able to sneak in some more of those stimulus reconciliation provisions that they want to help out families, Americans, and our economy at this time. And you guys, I'm going to let you know right now, this report, these initial CBO scores that are coming out are indicating to us that it is good for those that want to see stimulus reconciliation. Now, I'm going to be diving into all the details in this article. This is breaking news, just came out an hour ago. I haven't even seen any other articles than this single one that have come out so far, but I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more coming out throughout the course of the evening. But you guys, let's dive right in. And first off, though, I got to know, how does it sound? I've got a new microphone set up, and I'm doing something a little bit different here. If you don't like the visuals, let me know. But how does the sound to you? How's the quality? Also, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. If you're interested in growing wealth and learning more about personal finance, consider joining. We're going to be launching that channel here very soon, but already 200 subscribers in the first 2 days. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to that channel and producing content on personal finance. But you guys, let's get you caught up in this video right now, November 10th, 2021, as to economic news and what's happening with stimulus reconciliation and the bill and the CBO score. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate the updates, don't forget, take a second to smash the like button. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the Ram fam, the viewing community. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me by far, you guys. And don't fall for those scammers here on YouTube that go in the comments with a picture of my face and they claim they're me and they ask you to contact them on WhatsApp. You guys, that's not me, okay? I'm not going to ask you for donations in the comments or ask for your personal information. I'm just here to get you caught up on the latest. And if you got any questions, ask me on Instagram. But with that being said, let's take a look at this breaking news article that just came out on the CBO scores released on the stimulus reconciliation bill. All right, you guys. So first up, link in the description below to this article that just came out an hour ago. Breaking news. I always cite my sources for you so you can see them for yourself. And the article says, the Congressional Budget Office, or the CBO, they released 4 initial reports on Wednesday today on parts of President Biden's sweeping $1.75 trillion social spending bill ahead of a planned vote in the House of Representatives next week. And we had heard from Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi that they want to get this done next week before Thanksgiving, but that is all contingent upon the arrival of these CBO scores. If it takes longer, they'll go past Thanksgiving. If they can get it done right away, they're going to go ahead and get it done faster. But this is all contingent upon their arrival, and these are just the initial ones, but it's a good sign to see them coming out this quickly. Now, the nonpartisan office looked at parts of the bill contributed by the House Homeland Security, Science, Small Business, and Veteran Affairs Committees. It ruled that all 4 sections would not increase on budget deficits after 2031 and fall within their respective budget functions. So, good news for these different sections. Now, on Tuesday, the CBO had said that the full report or the score on the bill could take some time to produce. So, just a reminder, these are the initial scores. This is not the final official one, and they're going to be producing that, though, here soon. Hopefully, we'll see if they can get it done on time. Over the past several months, we have provided technical assistance to committees as they developed their proposals for various parts of the bill. The analysis of the bill's many provisions is complicated, and CBO will provide a cost estimate for the entire bill as soon as it is practical. So once they can get it done, they're going to go ahead and release that. We anticipate releasing estimates for individual titles of the bill as we complete them, some of which will be released this week. Other estimates will take a little bit longer, particularly for provisions in some titles that interact with those in other titles. So those ones that are intermingled, they're going to be a little bit more complicated and they might take a little bit longer. When we determine a release date, though, for the cost estimates of the entire bill, we will provide advance notice, so letting us know that when it is all ready, we're going to be knowing when it is they're going to be sending out that official score for this stimulus reconciliation bill. Now, reading on the article says that in all four estimates, the CBO compared the budget authority of each committee to the estimate outlays dedicated by the bill between 2022 and 2031. So they're going to be looking at how this is going to be impacting the economy over the course of the next 10 years. And it says, for the section contributed by the Committee on Science, Space, and Technology, the CBO estimated $9.4 million in budget authority and $9.3 million in outlays during that time period. Now, in the case of the Committee of Homeland Security, the office found $1.5 in budget authority and $1.3 million in outlays. For the Committee of Small Business, there is an estimated $5 million in budget authority and $4.9 million in outlays. And finally, the Committee on Veteran Affairs, the CBO found $5 million in budget authority and $4.8 million in outlays. Now, moderate Democrats in the House, they have been adamant in their calls to receive the CBO score before they agreed to vote for the bill in its current form, but have stated that receiving a breakdown of the costs of key parts of the measure could simply be enough to sway them for a vote in its favor. So even though we're hearing that the final score, the final determination of how this bill is going to be impacting the economy might not come out until after Thanksgiving, we're hearing moderates say, that's fine. But if these initial scores come out and they're enough to persuade us, full speed ahead. Let's go ahead and get this done ahead of time. Now, House Democratic leaders, they're hoping to vote and pass this bill next week. We heard Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi say before Thanksgiving, despite the CBO's warning that a full report may not come by then. But Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, she told reporters yesterday, on Tuesday, that she still plans on having that vote. So we're going to be seeing what unfolds here and whether or not moderate Democrats are convinced by these scores that it's okay to go ahead and pass this before the Thanksgiving deadline. Now, reading on, yes, we intend that it is our plan to pass the bill the week of November 15th, as is indicated in our statements that were made at the time of the passing of the infrastructure bill, and we're very proud of that, said Pelosi during a press conference at the COP26 UN Climate Change Conference. So you guys, we're going to be seeing what unfolds here, but it looks like these initial scores, they're looking good for the stimulus reconciliation bill, and we're going to be seeing how moderate Democrats respond to this. So you guys, that is the latest breaking news on the stimulus reconciliation bill and the initial CBO scores coming out for those first four sections. And you guys, as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, don't forget, smash the like button. Just takes a second. Really helps me out a ton. Let me know in the comments what you think about the sound. Also, if you're interested in learning about personal finance, consider joining the second channel, the Steve Ram Finance channel. And also, if you find this helpful, share it out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of, very accessible. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed evening. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.